So is love actually blind? What was for the first couple episodes? Let's talk about Love is Blind season 7. Hey everyone, it's David Stark from Watcher Pass, and we made it. We made it to the first 6 episodes of Love is Blind season 7, the one that is set in DC. It comes to Netflix on October 2nd, 2024. That's the first 6 episodes that come to Netflix. Then there's a staggered release. I believe a few more are the next week, and then I think maybe a couple more, and then a finale, and then a reunion. Your typical Love is Blind kind of progression. But the first six episodes have dropped. We know who the couples are. We know what happened in the pods. We know a little bit what happened after after they met in person. So I'm not really going to go into a normal review. I'll have to kind of like play this one by ear. I'll experiment. We'll see. That Love is Blind is an experiment. I'm going to experiment with my format. We'll see what happens. But basically, on the scale of like watch or don't watch it, I think you should watch it. I enjoyed it. It's bad reality TV. Like if you like bad reality TV, you're going to love it. I actually was amazed at how much I cared about the different couples and cared about the different situations. So I definitely think you should check it out, especially if you have Netflix and especially if you live in DC. It's just fun to have a Love is Blind season set in DC, although we haven't seen anything like DC specific other than like a few jobs and whatnot. So definitely check it out. And I'm gonna just quickly like go through the couples and then go through a few surprises. I'll try to keep this one short and quick, but let's get going. So if you haven't watched this season, at least the first 6 episodes, watch that now because there will be all the spoilers right now because I'm going to go through the couples. So again, turn this off if you haven't seen it. Now, the couples. The first one, this is in no particular order, but the first one, Hannah and Nick D. I love Hannah and Nick D. I think they are probably terrible for each other, but I love them because they are so much fun to watch. They are going to provide, I think, a lot of drama going through this. And, like Hannah went through a progression here because she started off, she's the youngest person there. She started off as being like, felt a little bit more immature, but as she progressed, as the season progressed, she was actually really kind of emotionally mature and really, really observant of things. Like she definitely saw through some of the games. She definitely saw through some of the people. So I was rooting for her. Nick D, he had another progression. He kind of came off as a player at the start. I think he still is a little bit of a player, but he got more genuine as the season progresses. And I liked them together when they ended up together. I thought, that's the right couple. That's the right pairing of those two personalities. And then when they met in person, it was really weird because like they met and Hannah is almost like leaning away from Nick the entire time. It's very strange. I mean, she chose Nick over Leo. She chose, and Nick chose Hannah over Brittany. So I thought they'd be great together. I thought that they would like each other. But then they get together and Hannah has really, really intense body language there. And then they meet in person and they seem happy at times, and then some of the personality conflicts start happening. I think, especially the like resort thing where Nick wanted to ride some sort of like turtle, I think, some sort of like resort decoration he wanted to ride. Hannah didn't want him to. He didn't like force her to do it. He went and rode it. Some random person came up and talked to him. She got super jealous. They fought. I mean, yeah, it was a little childish by Nick, but like he didn't force Hannah to do it. He didn't like make her go. He didn't like jump around her to like, he just went and raced this thing and then left. So I think they are going to provide a lot of drama in the like, do I think they will last or not? I don't think they'll last, but hey, we'll find out. We'll see soon. The next group is Taylor and Garrett. Taylor and Garrett were interesting too. They kind of were a fairly quiet couple. They kind of, matched quickly, progressed quickly. I think they were the first that were engaged, the first that met. I thought they would be great, but I think they're going to have some issues. For one, Taylor seems really focused on race. I don't know if it's like her family, but they had a long, weird conversation about race in like the first or second episode. And afterwards, they kept going. So I was like, okay, cool. Maybe they like have an interest in it. And maybe that was just like an awkward conversation. Maybe that's what they're into. But if you've seen the like end of episode 6 highlights, it seems like both of their families might have some concerns. It seems like perhaps there will be some friction here. And it seems like Garrett at some point is going to do something very stupid. So I thought that they were going to be good. I thought that they were pretty happy at the resort. I think they're probably not going to last, but hey, we'll find out. Next up, Ramsey and Marissa. They're super cute. I love them together. They are so much fun together. They seem to be really happy. They seem to be really kind of like good pairs. I was surprised she chose Ramsey over Bowden, considering like how she was talking to each of them, but that could just be selective editing. That could just be the producers picking the best bits to kind of throw you for a loop when she picks Ramses. I was shocked that no one picked Bowden, but you know what? That will be one of my surprises I talk about later. But I think that they will last. They seem really cute together. They seem really happy together. There was some drama that they showed at the end of episode 6, especially when like Bowden gets introduced and Marissa and Bowden are talking. I think Ramses and Marissa will last, but I guess we'll see. Next up, Tim and Alex or Alexandra. I thought they were actually pretty cute together. I think I might have called them the boring couple because they, again, like Taylor and Garrett, they just kind of like matched, seemed to like each other, proposed, moved on. I thought that that was gonna be it. But then at the end of episode 6, it seems like there was some major friction. Seems like they got in a fight. Uh, Alex covered Tim's mouth when they were arguing. Like, we don't know the full story. We don't know if he was like yelling. We don't know how long the argument went. But it seems like when Alex covered Tim's mouth to stop him from talking, that was a big breaking point, as you would imagine. And they seem to be pretty much over. Now, they're not over because we see in the episode 6 previews that they're still in the show together. So they at least are going to go a little more. I don't think they're going to last, but hey, we'll see. Stephen and Monica, they were interesting too. Their first conversation also kind of started on race, but they seem very happy together. I'm kind of a maybe on them. I think that maybe their families might have some issues, kind of like with Taylor and Garrett, but I think together they were pretty cute. They seem to have a little bit of friction at the end of episode 6 when they like are exhausted from the party and then they're like, should we go do this? And they're like, yep. So at this point, they should still be in the honeymoon stage. They should still be like super happy to see each other. So that felt a little off. I'm going to throw in the maybe column with them, but I thought that they were really cute together. I thought that they were a good match when they matched. I thought that they'd at least be interesting. So I guess we'll find out. Now, Tyler and Ashley, they were also a fairly boring couple, I think. They were pretty they seem pretty happy together. They seem pretty good together. They seem like they are also having a lot of fun. Similar to Marissa and Ramses. I think Marissa and Ramses are like the most fun together, but I think Tyler and Ashley are, you know, good pairs. They seem to complement each other. They seem to be very happy. So I think they'll make it too. So let's see. Of the 6 couples, I think Ramsey and Marissa will make it, and I think Tyler and Ashley will make it. Stephen and Monica, maybe. Those are my predictions. Oh, and then there was the very weird Leo and Brittany couple that they did couple, and then we got that note saying like the producers did not invite them to the resort. So I don't know. Like they don't tell us what happened. We don't know if maybe after they met in person, they had some more conversations and it just turned awkward. I mean, that was just a bad pairing overall. They were both just like each other's seconds, and they're like, "Well, you're the only one remaining, so I guess we'll pair up." Uh, like I think Brittany, when Leo proposed, like Brittany had like an entire letter about how much he'd hurt her and how much she couldn't trust him, and then he proposed, and she's like, "Okay," and I was like, "That is not a good way for this to work." So I am not surprised that it didn't get invited. I'm a little surprised it didn't get invited because I figured that they would want them there for the drama, but perhaps they were worried that there was more going on. Leo felt very emotionally manipulative. I mean, the way that he was, you know, not being honest with Brittany, not being honest with Hannah, the way that he was like trying to play Hannah when he found out that Hannah liked Nick D, like that didn't sit right. And again, that could just be selective editing. I don't know. Maybe Leo really liked Hannah and he wanted to like try to become her number one, but that was a weird pairing, that was a weird relationship, and that was a weird situation. I don't think we'll see them again. I mean, I guess technically they did match up and then they didn't, so I don't know if they're going to come back in later. You didn't see them in the episode 6 preview, so I think they're probably gone. I imagine, speculation here, I have no inside information. I imagine they probably fought a lot and they just were like, we're done, and just left. That's probably what happened, but who knows. So what were some of the surprises? Well, my biggest surprise is that Bowden just like didn't get picked by anyone. I liked him a lot. I thought he was awesome. I mean, he served, he had some interesting stories, seemed to be very like emotionally intelligent. I mean, I know Marissa seemed to be kind of like between Bowden and Ramses, and she chose Ramses, but I was shocked that no one else chose Bowden. But maybe that's because he went all in on Marissa and lost. But he'll be back. We see him in the episode 6 preview, so he'll be back. We'll see if he inserts a little bit of drama into this whole situation. A huge surprise for me was Katie. Katie is like a marketing manager for the Ravens. She works for the Ravens, and this is a DC-based show. A lot of the contestants are from Baltimore. you would think one of the guys would like keen on that and be like, that's something interesting. We should talk about that. I don't know. She showed up in like the first episode and then nothing, like zero other interest. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if maybe she bowed out or if no one showed interest, but like you would think that that would be an instant draw for at least some of the guys there. So that was weird that she just kind of disappeared. And then finally, Nick P. Nick P had like one of my favorite lines in the first episode when Nick D and Nick P, which is again a great pairing, Nick P and Nick D. They were talking when Nick D was like, something's changed, bro. And Nick P with these great, like intense eyes was like, someone's starting drama. I love that line. It's basically Love is Blind. It's basically reality TV. So I was surprised that he disappeared also. We didn't really see much of him after I think like the first or second episode. I was also, I guess, a little surprised. I thought there would be more drama. Like I said, some of the pairings were fairly boring. And I guess, hey, I guess that's good for them. It's good for them that they kind of zeroed each other out and then paired up and were happy. But I expected more, like tough decisions. There were really only a couple tough decisions. I mean, it was really like Nick D and Hannah, and then the people they were into, Marissa and Ramses, and I think that was pretty much it. I mean, other than that, like it seemed like most of the people just kind of paired up, and that again could just be selective editing. Maybe they just wanted to like have clean stories because they wanted to go all the way to the resort. I don't know, but I expected all the drama, all the fighting, all that, and it wasn't as much as I expected. But that could also be maybe people in DC know what they want. I don't know. We'll find out. But that is Love is Blind season 7. The first 6 episodes came to Netflix on October 2nd, 2024. Binge them quickly because the next couple episodes drop on October 9th. So you got a week to watch 6 hours of reality TV. That is definitely doable. I did it, but we will see if you can as well. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you liked and didn't like, and I will see you again in about a week for the next couple episodes of Love is Blind.